Today I want to show you guys how to purify water in Project Zomboid Build 42. So whenever you take water from like a lake, or whenever you get rainwater, or just any other water source that doesn't come from a tap, it's going to be tainted. So you pretty much just have to boil it in a campfire. So you pretty much need to build a campfire, you need to get some pots and pans, and then you need to purify the water. So I'm actually going to show it to you backwards. I'm going to show you how to make a campfire and all of that as well. So the first thing you need to do naturally is you need to light your fire using a notched plank and tree branch, which I'm going to show you how to get. And you just simply click on that and she'll light the fire. Now, obviously, if you have a fire lighter, you can do it that way. If you have matches, you could do it that way. Then when she lights the fire, obviously, you're going to want to have some hours on that campfire. So 2 hours and 14 minutes is what I have at the moment. And if you want to add more to it, you just go destroy for fuel and just add whatever. So tree branch, or if you want to make some planks, then you could do that as well. Now, I'm just going to show you the water first, and then I'll show you the planks. Pick up your water source, your pots and pans full of water, put those into the fire, and they should purify very, very quickly. It only takes a couple seconds, and then you can take the water pan back out, or the water pot. You can take the saucepan back out when the taint is gone from that one as well. Don't put the saucepans and the pots in for too long, or you'll end up burning yourself. Be very careful not to walk into a fire, because if you get burnt, which I have a burn, it's going to be a massive pain for you and your character, literally. So we have our water and it's fresh now, and we have some water bottles. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to fluid, and we're going to go to transfer liquid, and we're going to switch it over so that the bottle is on this side. And then we're going to put the water pot here and pour it in. And then when you're on the sports bottles, you can actually put the sports bottles onto auto drink, so your character will pretty much be never thirsty. As you know, you can leave the products out on the ground so that they fill up with water, or you could just fill them up in the lake. Either way, the water is going to be tainted, so you're going to have to remove the tainted effect from that. When you find yourself a water source like this, build yourself a table, and obviously have your campfire and have your pots and pans ready. And then you're going to start getting to work. So the first thing you need to light a fire, if you don't have matches or a lighter, obviously, is a tree branch. Very easy to get. I'll show you how to get that in a second. And the second thing that you need, and the most important thing that you need, is the notched plank. Very easy to make once you have a table. Just pretty much go into crafting and just go to drill plank. You're going to need any sort of knife. So I have a fillet knife, and you're going to need a log. And I'm going to show you how to get a log as well. Very, very simple. And that'll create your notched plank. And all you have to do is use the notched plank with a branch, and you can light fires. To add to the fire so that it has more time on it, you just pretty much use these logs and make yourself some firewood. And so chop a log into firewood is right here. I have it under fire. And we have our firefighter axe, we have our log, and we're going to create firewood and wood splinters. And you can do that from items that are on the ground, which saves you having to have items on you, which is going to make you overloaded. So this firewood, unfortunately, went straight into my inventory. So we just have to locate it. We have 6 firewood, throw that straight onto the ground. That firewood is on the ground right next to me, and I can pretty much add this firewood to here from the ground. I do not need to have it in my inventory. She'll pick it up first and put it in. It just saves you being overloaded and losing health from being overloaded, dragging items all around. To make a campfire in Build 42, you need stones. So go to gardening and remove stone. The stones are always going to be like this in 3s. There's also large stones and flat stones and stuff, but you're going to be using normal stones for this. Obviously, I have a firefighter axe, which is allowing me to do all this safely and efficiently. You can obviously use a different axe. I'd recommend, once again, coming to the fire station. There's like 4 or 5 firefighter axes here, so I have so many. So if you have your axe, pretty much just chop down trees. And when you chop down a tree, it's going to give you some of the branches and some of the logs, among other things. So you pretty much just right click it and cut down tree. And here is an example of a tree that I cut down already. Bunch of logs, bunch of twigs, saplings, large branches, lots of different items for me to use, including the very important wrench. For the fire itself, you go to the building menu rather than the crafting menu, and that is where you're going to type in campfire, and you're going to need 3 stones for that. Recipe has been changed since before build 42, and it's no longer in the crafting menu, it's in the building menu, just so you know. Obviously, this entire campfire thing is related to self-sufficiency when you absolutely need it. If you have a pot with some water in it and you go to the oven, you can purify water in the oven, no problem. If you have any tips you want to give other players in the comment section, please do. If you have any tips for me, please let me know as well.